applications, like sectors like finance, the bank industry, and like the big government agency. So the REX8000 is a high capacity, high reliability devices that support single-site dual nodes HA deployments with greater flexibility. You may ask me, what is the big difference between the REX1000 and REX8000? I will present more clearly on Friday's session, but now I still extend more inference. So what's the big difference? From a network configuration point of view, in REX1000, it's a strictly active standby setup. But with the REX8000, the resources card, the main control card are modular and detachable. It means the plug and play, and their resources are shared across both machines. Only the main control board is active standby, but all of its resources cards are active and functioning. And they are dynamically managed by the currently active main control card. It's a little bit complicated, but I think you can understand. So in a virtual IP deployment, the main control card is configured with a management address, while services are accessed through a virtual IP. And again, the resources cards support failover and load balance. So each device, because we have two machines, right? Each device can hold up to the 4 resources cards, and totally we have 8. So in an event of failure, so the users are dynamically redistributed across the remaining cards. I mean, even if half of the media resources cards fails, the user registration and the service continuity are not affected. Only the total concurrent capacity might be impacted. For example, we have 8 cards support 800 concurrent cores. If 4 fails, the capacity will drop to 400. I mean the concurrent. If the 2 cards fails, will not prevent users from the registration, but the concurrent capacity will drop. For instance, from 800 to what? To 600 concurrent cores. So I just teach you here, and maybe on Friday I will ask you questions to see if you understand my meaning. So maybe I repeat again to let you to have a more clearly on your mind. The main control card, it governs the resources allocation. It means it can assignment of user registrations and core routings, and the system adopts a dual machine architecture where the control card in the active machine simultaneously manage the 4 resources card in both the active and standby units, right? We have 2 machines. So if the main control card fails, the standby machines control card will take over the resources management to ensure uninterrupted system operations. This is the architecture I want you to keep in your mind. So the REX8000 extends support also to the dual data center deployments, which means the 2 machines can be located in the different server rooms or even separate in geographic locations. Actually, we have 2 operating modes. One is the active standby, it writes AS, and active, it writes the AA. So in the active standby mode, in the normal conditions, the user's terminals register to the primary data center's HA system. So as shown on the picture by the red arrows. So if the primary center fails, all services will automatically switch to the backup site. In contrast, the active mode allows both centers to operate simultaneously. It means the users in center A registered to A and users in center B registered to B. So if center A goes down, its users will be registered to the center B. And B will take over all the user services from A. Likewise, if the B fails, the A take over. They serve as the mutual backups. Okay, so in AS mode, the server in site A function as the master, while the server in the site B acts as the backup. So the master server operates under the normal conditions, and the concept I want to give you is we have a monitor things like the heartbeat package monitor. It calls the option pins. It means that the status checking, like the heartbeat in every in sometimes checking with your status of the two machines. So another thing I want to introduction is in the AS mode, there are two failover behavior options. It means, for example, the option one, we call it the preemptive mode. You also can call it primary reclaim mode. What does it mean? The meaning is the center A, listen carefully to me, the center A has the higher priority. So when the A fails, the traffic will switch to the B, right? But when the A recovers, the users will automatically switch back to A because why? Because the A has more higher priority. But in the second scenario, it's called the non-preemptive, like the not primary active mode. So in this situation, both centers have the equal authority. So which means after the network backs and after switching to the B, the users will stay there even after A recovers, right? So this is the point I want to introduce to you too. So you maybe ask me which one is better. Usually our customer will ask me which one, the AS or the AA recovery, which one is more better. But we will talk about this one case and one customer, and all depends on your network conditions or your resources availability. It's hard to say because it's based on your specific network conditions and also based on your budgets, and we don't know your resources availability. So you just learn it well, and so you can decide with us or do the more better architecture design for a customer. So for example, the AS mode, it is more widely applicable. Maybe it's more simpler in your technically. However, in sometimes you will cost more on your VPN or the long time distance of the data transmission. Okay, so it depends on the situation, I have to say. So next, the topic is about the external lines. So why is the external line access is so important? Because, for example, if your SIP trunk is mistakenly connected, or if your telecom provider can't offer you a single IP address that's not reachable from both centers, so you maybe fail to register, something like that. Or if you buy our equipment, you don't know how to use it. So this is all the problems. So you should also know the external line access. So in a single center, I think it's straightforward because there are no technical barriers, right? If you are using the analog and digital access, we can offer our gateways. And for the NCN platform, they are registered through the virtual IP. So as the IMS private network access in this situation, because I have introduced to you, we utilize the dual network port configuration. So in the setup, the analog trunks are typically used for the inbound calls, and the system supports automatic routing and failover selection. So the single center, there's no problem and no issues. But in a dual data center setup, if using a virtual IP, this is fine. Right. In the just now, in the single center, we use the virtual IP, but now the situation, we are in the geographically separated dual centers, which means dual centers, it becomes two distinct IPs. So will it have any problems? Let's see. So the first situation, the digital and analog chunks, they are typically configured via the peer-to-peer interconnection. So as long as you both service IPs are in the whitelisted, so I think it's no problem. Sorry?
Tina, you don't have any voice. Tina, you don't have any voice. Please open your audio.
Sorry. Maybe just please something. So I speak again. So I just talking about the first scenario in the dual site. The first one, analog and digital chunks, no problem. Because if you're in the whitelisted, it will permitted by the system. So in the NGN platform, is any problem? We will say under the AS mode, no problem, because it usually register on your master platform. So the only thing in the problem, like we will have some problem in the AA mode, because usually the NGN platform will not provide you only the, right? There's two IPs, so usually, oh, no. Sorry, I said wrong. This time, this scenario, the engine has no problem. But in the AA mode, no. Sorry, I start again. Sorry so very much. I say that AS mode, no problem. But AA mode, because most engine platform do not support the dual registration. Is it correct? You can ask me, you can in the Q&A, but I think most engine platforms do not support the dual registration. So which can cause conflicts, like registration will be resulting in some inbound core failures. So we can remember it's AS mode, no problem, but AA mode maybe have some problems. You have to maybe support the dual IP authentications, then it will solve your problem. But I think most complexity when it comes to the IMS private network access, this time, unlike the NGN platform, because NGN platforms which operate, still we operate in, on the public internet, so we can still accept the two IPs. But the IMS networks are fully isolated, so operating over the private carrier networks. So when the both side A and side B access the IMS through the private lines, it becomes very challenging. So this scenario, maybe we have to include not possible because your carrier it's not possible allow you to register an account from the place A, and even sometimes in the same city, no. So sometimes in this scenario, we have to use the SBC, right? I'm sure I'm saying the right things.